Here's a funny story of living intuitively. I wanted to put a long post in here, but it was just going to take too long to type out, so I decided I'd do a quick video. So if anyone else has living intuitively stories, then this is just the best way to put them out there really quick. So this last week I received a letter, and it was a letter that was to be signed for. So it was a recorded delivery, but the address was wrong, or the name on it was wrong, but the address was right. And the postman said, well, you don't need to take it. But I said, well, the address is right, so well, maybe it is for me. I didn't listen to my body. Anyway, I took the letter, opened it up, and I started reading, and I realised that there was somebody trying to sue us for a photograph that was on our website about the studios that we rent out on bookings.com. And I fell into this, oh my God, what have I done? Forgetting everything, that I'd taken it from a free site. I would never take a photo that was not ours. Anyway, so I rang bookings.com and I did all the things that I thought was correct. Then I decided to play with it, maybe about a couple of days later. So I was asking myself questions, very similar to the ways that I've been asking questions and teaching how to ask questions, get them right. So what can I change so that I can understand what this is about, how I can change this, how I can change the energy, how can I solve this problem? And I waited and I waited. And then I decided to do one of the exercises, very similar to the exercise that you do when you just allow your eyes to fall on something, you describe what's going on in what you're looking at, you get the impressions of it, you get intuitive hits as you start writing it or talking about what you're looking at, what your eye fell on, because there's messages in everything, right? So I did that, and I'd written about that, and I'd written about everything that I'd been looking at and what I'd been observing. Then in my interpretation of what I'd let my eyes fall on so that I could get intuitive guidance, I kept getting the smell of really bad feet. And I'm like, well, that's not me, because I don't have smelly feet, but I kept getting this smell of really bad feet. So I decided to, oh, that's interesting, stick with it. So I carried on asking a question. I said, so if I do nothing, will anything happen to this situation? It didn't get a smell. Then I asked, is this somebody who's just, what is it called, photo trolling to gain some extra money? Is it sort of, unscrupulous? And I got a really bad, strong, smelly feet smell. Then I asked another question, got a really strong feet smell, like it's off, it's just smelly, it's stinky, it's not nice. And then I asked another question and the smell went away, and I just started playing with this for ages. And it was like, oh my God, this smell is actually answering my questions. It's just a very smelly way to do business. It's not a nice way to go about things. So then I let that fall, and I was just like, oh, that's an interesting way to play with it. I'm picking that up sensually. I'm getting the intuitive hits from the senses purely by just asking the question. Then later on in the day, I got this, look the photographer up. Is it genuine? Is he a genuine photographer? Has anyone else had this experience? So I looked him up on Google. Thank goodness for technology and being able to look things up on Google. Looked up his name, he had 9 reviews. Decided I'd just kind of check out. Every single review said that they had received a letter, the man was very aggressive, very rude, and even though they'd taken a photograph from a free site, where they would never have used it. These were people who were organising treks and retreats and holidays and hotels and using a lovely aerial view of France or something like that on their website. And they were all being charged more or less the same sort of unscrupulous fee, €2,000 or something. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy has contacted me, the same solicitor, so they were in cahoots. So I was listening to my intuition. I was like, do I need to do anything about this? Is it best that I just ignore it or write a very strong letter back? So that's what I'm going to do. But this is how your intuition comes through. So first of all, by doing the intuitive questioning, I got the answers through what my eyes fell on. I got the smelly feet smell. And then I looked him up on the internet just to see that every single review that this guy had ever got was nothing good about his photography. It was just about how he scrupulously was attacking people, and he didn't go for big organisations. He went out of fear mongering, and he went to the small business owner and people like that. So I wanted to share this story because this is exactly how living intuitively resolves problems, helps you make decisions, and gives you the answers that you're looking for. In other words, I saved an awful lot of time, an awful lot of worry. Okay, it took me a couple of days to get in there. Saved me time, saved me worry, saved me the expense, saved me the stress that could have been running around my body. So I'll let you know how it pans out. But basically, I'm going to write the guy a very strong message. One thing that I did learn from receiving this letter, because it said intellectual property. And I was like, well, where's the lesson for me? And my lesson from that I have been given is my intellectual property. Where is my value? Where is my intellectual property? All the certificates, all the training to do with coaching, all the time and effort that I've been spending understanding my intuition, experimenting, experiencing with my intuition, how I create new reality, how I create magic. That is my value. So I'm asking and I'm thanking. This is what the universe has sent to me, my angels, my soul, everybody concerned. There was two particular lessons within this thing that happened for me over the last week. So I'm always keeping everybody up to date, letting them know how I'm living intuitively, just to prove that there is a way forward, there's a way to do something that maybe you just have never allowed yourself to do before. We can't think our way through it. It is a question of playing with it, getting the intuitive guidance that's going to come through in so many different ways. So you can see how smell was one of the ways that very strongly was being shown to me. And I've never had anything so strong as smelly feet before to give me the answer that I was looking for, to carry on questioning and just to keep questioning and see whether you got the smell or you didn't get the smell. I hope this is helpful. I'm really honoured to be able to share these kind of stories, and this is what I'm here for, to help you understand how you can, or how you do live intuitively when you will let all of that fall through. So this is just an addition to what I've been teaching. Thank you very much. Have a great day.